One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game?
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Hughes. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Defensively going forward, they're going to have to watch out for him on plays just like that. It's a drag route across the field, and they're trying to free him up and let him run after the catch. That won't be the last time we see that play, and it works there to pick up a 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Second and 9.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Going for the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. 46 yards. And the Buccaneers have struck first in this NFC title game. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
A nice throw there. And this is a quarterback, you remember, looking to do what no other rookie has done, and that's lead his team into the Super Bowl.
And now you've made me go back down memory lane a little bit because we have had a few guys come close. Think about Patrick Mahomes in 2018. Second year in the league, but his first as a full-time starter. I go back to 2000 with the Vikings and Dante Culpepper. Also his first year as a starter, but this would be something I think would be very noteworthy.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That one out wide and intercepted.
And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Now they try the right side here. And a short gain down to about the 33. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are 1 game away from the Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got, and that's a heck of a run right there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Trey Palmer
from 21 yards away.
And the Bucs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Panthers nothing.
Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
That's pulled in by Brooks. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's good for a Carolina Panther.
On play action, they'll throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10.
Now back to throw.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Arthur-Davis. And the Buccaneers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey? Not the one that you're throwing it to. And maybe you have to be stern with him. Whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Up the middle with Brooks here.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That is caught. He's got a first and maybe more. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. 55 yards.
And the Panthers have cut it back within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that
one. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Palmer. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second and 4. That's complete downfield to Okonkwo. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 44 yards.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll set up a throw. Forced out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
This ball taken in here by Brooks.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute.
but that's great work with the ball in the air, never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll throw now on the final play. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds his man, complete. That's Brooks. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
That's good for a Carolina Panther.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw downfield, going to be taken in by Harry. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
2nd and 11. Flushed out right. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. And even 70 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They'll try again. And this time he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
He'll look to throw.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Fielded at the 20. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Derek Brown.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And shedding through the tackle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the second half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now. And that's a heck of a run.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down, eluding the pressure right. That's caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. First down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Bucs are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down.
The first-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. First down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. A 3-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Brooks. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
If I can put my defensive cap on right now, I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
This will be caught at the 2. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Good strength, gets him a little extra and gets them some breathing room as he's tackled shy of the 10. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this isn't how they mapped out this AFC Championship game on their home turf, but it has been rough sledding pretty much from the start and on into this 4th quarter. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
Back to throw here. Over the middle, that's caught by Harry. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And you can bet that they are starting to sense it now. That George Halas trophy nearly theirs. Their spot as NFC champions oh so close as they try to finish this one off. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. They work now on 2nd and 9.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll look to throw here. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Still fighting. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC